In this video, we will be working on the bathroom. We're going to need a bathtub, a toilet, and a sink. And in order to do that, we can either type something in here. I can type bathtub in, or I can go to architectural. And again, just check these things out. You can kind of go through them and see what you have there. And the fixtures tab, I've already been here. Now let's go ahead and take a look at a bathtub combo. So kind of like a one-piece tub and shower. Let's grab that, pull it in here, and it looks like it's backwards. So in order to do that, let's go ahead and click on it, and we can turn it around. This one here isn't going to turn it around. Let's just turn it around manually then. We can come in here and look for, once I click on it, I can grab this right here and just turn it around. And you can almost see that we need to make the room a little larger. I'm going to have to move this over. And once I bring it back, it'll kind of snap into place there. But we've now made it a few inches larger. And it's going to have to scoot over here a little bit. So let's scoot it over to here and then scoot it back. Now the bathroom's a little larger, and we might even need to make it a little larger, 7'6", with a bathroom here with a bathtub. This looks like it's 41 inches. That's just going to be a little too much. I'm going to delete it. We're looking for something a little smaller. Let's try this one here. That looks a little better. And again, this one might need to be turned around also. We will see. If I want to just take a look at this at any time, I can come in to the floor camera and I can just kind of put it in this direction here. And let's just click on it. And I do. I have it in the right direction. So we're good. Now I'll just leave this camera in place. No, I won't leave it in place. We'll go to another view next time. So the tub's fine. Combo unit. Let's go ahead and grab a toilet. Toilet down here. One-piece toilet's fine. This one here is okay. Let's just grab it, drag it in here. Okay, now I just want to kind of give you an idea. I can take the toilet and move it over to here, but it's going to stop when it gets kind of to where the building codes might be an issue here. So it'll stop within a certain distance from the bathtub or from other fixtures. So now we have our toilet and our tub, and I just kind of want to throw something else out here. Let's just say that I move this over to here. You know, let's say that I want my toilet to be here and my sink to be here. And this is actually a setup that I have at my house. The toilet's over here. And the door here, you might have to put a smaller door in or move the door over somehow. And this actually looks like we can move the door over a little bit to miss the toilet. So this could be a problem. This isn't a common, or this isn't the best way to have this set up. You come over here, this is a lot better. You put your cabinet in here. Your cabinet's going to be here, or your sink, which we'll see here in a second. Go ahead and go back up to our sinks. Bathroom sinks. Let's just we'll put a vanity in here. What do we got here? Oval sink. Okay, these are sinks that I'm going to need a cabinet for. And in order to put a cabinet in here, I'm going to have to go into the cabinet section. So let's just go ahead and put a pedestal sink in here for now. It's conflicting with the toilet, the area. I'm just going to say yes. Oops, let's go back. Delete. Okay, so this right here, this is going to need to be a little larger in order for everything to work out here. And you can always get into doing some measurements, or we can see, hey, this isn't working. I want a smaller one in here. Let's make it a little smaller. something like that. And you can change these. You know, can you change the size of a toilet? You might be able to, but in reality, that's not going to, you know, it's not really going to be functional. You know, the toilet that you have in the space that you have, you're going to have to check to make sure that all of these products will work. So when I just put, I'm going to push Control Z, get it back there. You know, even though I have this right here, I've got the setup. I'm going to need to check with the specifications for each product to make sure that it fits in here. If I just grab anything off of here without knowing how big everything is going to be, I could have a problem when I'm finishing the bathroom. So you can click on these and get the measurements of them. You know, let's zoom in here. You can click on this stuff and get the measurements of them, and you can always adjust them, pull them back a little bit. And I'm going to push Control Z, just wanted to show you. So you can change the dimensions of this stuff, especially if you know what the size of each one of them will be. So, you know, let's say that I got the sink here and I know that my sink is 2 foot. I can just come out here and pull it out a little bit or type it in. Just it's going to be 2 foot. Let's just delete that and then OK it. And we now have a 2 foot, looks like we actually have a 2 foot one in here. Cancel, 2 foot. Maybe it won't let us. I'm just going to delete, and then push enter. And there's our 2 foot dimension there. So you can see here where we actually have enough room. I can take and move this over a little bit with the move down arrow. The arrows where you can point, the arrows that are pointing down on your keyboard, up or to the right, to the left. Move it over, something like that. 2'6", 30 inches is the minimum for a toilet. So this probably isn't going to let me move it any farther. I'm trying to move it. It's not letting me. I can move it this way. I just can't move it any farther than this way. So that's something with this program that's pretty good. You can, it's not going to allow you to make some mistakes that you might want to make, kind of a thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this door. 2'4" is usually a good size for a door. If I double click on this, 30 inches, I can change this to 28 inches. That's going to give me a 2'4" door. And I can always move it tight up against the jamb there. And again, here's another thing with these doors. I can move this way, but I can only get to a certain point here where I can't move it any further, because otherwise it's going to, how are you going to put the door in? If I can actually move this maybe another inch or something like that to put the door in, but it's going to be difficult to put the trim around the door. So another thing to consider. So our bathroom, I can change things. I can come in and look at, let's take a we'll go to a dollhouse view here. And this gives us a view like this, where we can come in. I'm using the mouse scroll wheel to kind of zoom in here, give us an idea. I can come in and see what it looks like through the door, something like that. But this kind of gives you an idea. If I want to put any mirrors in or change the walls to change the walls, you know, I don't know how this got the plywood in here, but I'm sure that I set something up in there. But if I want to change the walls, I can just double click on the walls, come in here, go to wall covering, materials, exterior, interior. I've got plywood. Let's go ahead and change it to, this is, let's change it to, let's see, we'll go with a natural. Let's see what we got here for natural. Bamboo paneling. Let's change it to that. Okay. So now we have bamboo. You can change the walls. It's not letting me know. Sometimes when I grab this, it won't let me turn it. And that's because I don't have this one here. I got to click on this, and now I can turn it and rotate it. So if you ever get to a point where you're like, how in the heck do I get, how do I turn that in to get to it? Most of the time it's just because it's turned this off for some reason. So that's it for this video. I am going to leave it at that. And in the next video, we will work on the kitchen.